Today we're going to be talking about lust and how to avoid that. Hi, I'm Avery, if you don't know. I struggled with lust when I was younger, and now coming into my teenage years, I've realized more how big of an impact it has on mental health. Watching other people talk about their their um struggles helps me a lot, so I think this probably could be beneficial to somebody struggling with lust or like a lot of other things. But the main thing I want to say is I would talk to somebody that you trust, that has Christian values, and that could help you through what you're dealing with, because it is a serious thing. It's like, and God wasn't meant, God didn't mean for people to struggle with this. It was because of the fall. And know that you're not alone. You're not in trouble. You're not guilty of anything. But you do need to take accountability and know that's not your design. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to outline is the fact that you need to make it you need to talk about it. You can't leave it to the curb, because you're leaving it to your own devices. That's how I struggled, like through just as a child. I was really like, my parents didn't really tell me about sex or anything like that. So I was like, people were talking about this, I need to find out. And then I came across porn and stuff like that, and I was like, this is gross. And then I searched more into it, and I'm like, oh, I mean, you get attached. It's just like a drug, and I got out of that, thank God, because I prayed about it, and I haven't really talked about it with anyone except for my friends recently, because I'm like that was guilty. I felt guilty to talk about things like that. But you don't feel like that, because you have yes, you have committed a sin, but know that God washes you clean from those sins. Whether it's lust, whether it's anything in your life, God will wash that away if you ask for it. And coming into my teen years, I realized more and more how prominent it is. Especially for guys, but why aren't we talking about girls that have lusts? I see, this specific person I watch, his podcast is talking about guys have lust, but in the most holy way that I would want to say to that person, it's more than just one person's, more than a guy dealing with that. It's girls too, and that makes us feel guilty if we can't talk about it. And what I would want to say is, there's people in the Bible that struggle with that, and God took it away, just like he's gonna take yours away. So let's get into a few people in the Bible. David is known for his heartfelt devotions to God, but he's also struggled with lust. His affair with Bathsheba and his wife Uriah led to a series of sinful actions, including deceit, murder. David sin repeated, as in Psalms 51, and God forgives him, demonstrating that flaws individual can seek and relieve God's mercy. Just because you did something wrong here, I'm still struggling with it. I'm a Christian, and it's made me feel guilty. But then I talk to people that I'm close with that are Christian as well, and they're like, you don't need to feel guilty about this because you're living in a sinful world. This is still your body. Like, this is still your earthly body. Like, because that's what you're like born into sin. Like, but don't discredit that. Just know that it's normal. Like, you need to not normalize your sin, but understand that it's not your fault if you feel this way. You just need to talk about it and know that it's not right. Like, we're not built this way. And also, hookup culture has put another like level of stress on people that feel like they have to, or like that they're not a normal person. Like, if you're not a Christian, that's a lot of people, like, they lose their virginity because they don't feel worthy. Like, well, that's how they see love. I mean, it is love. Like, God made that for marriage, though, in the marriage count. Like, and if you have it before marriage, I've seen it cause many problems in other people's marriages that I've talked to. They're like, yeah, I really regret this. Like, save yourself if you have not already. And if you have, just God forgives you. But you need to make sure that you stay pure if you're a Christian and want to live this godly life out. Another person is Samson, a great judge of Israel. Samson had an incredible strength, but was so enticed by women, notably Delilah, who ultimately betrayed him. Despite his feelings, Samson finally um, acted of faith and repentance and led a dramatic victory over his enemies. Like, dramatic. Like, he was a really not probably the best person, and God redeemed him. Solomon, known for his wisdom, Solomon struggled with temptation of lust, uh, acclimating many wives and concubines, which led him astray from God's con sorry condemn con oh condemn okay, whatever. Despite his feelings, Solomon wrote Ecclesiastes, Proverbs, reflecting his understanding of life, vanity, and importance of fearing God. Fearing God is not literally like, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid, but afraid of God as in like, he's so holy that I don't want to disappoint him. And not that you're gonna be perfect, but seeking holiness through your sin and sinful desires and anything like anger, like anything that's not of God, take it out. Like, yeah. And then I saw this and I was like, okay, women being um um like, I finally see a woman, like, I mean, I do read the Bible, like, I read the Bible very thoroughly, and I'm like, oh, a woman struggled with this. All I've been seeing is men. Like, not that that's bad, but I also want to have someone that I can relate to, which, you know, everyone wants to feel like there's someone there, like someone that struggled with the same things you have. So we have Gomer, the wife and prophet of Hosea. Gomer was unfaithful and struggled with lust. Her story is a powerful allegory of God's unwavering love and faithfulness towards Israel. Despite her unfaithfulness, through Hosea's actions, we see the message of redemption is possible, of revival through grace. Like, she struggled too. Like, she cheated on her husband, and her husband still fought for her, and she gave her life to God, which is so amazing. And I encourage you, if you're not already a Christian, please, like, God is waiting for you. He loves you, and I don't know. Life is better with God. Like, you need Him in your life. Like, to be honest, like, I don't know where I would be right now without God. And I just want to encourage you today that if you're struggling with anything like this, you should contact a youth or a one of your youth pastors or leaders. Talk, or if you don't feel comfortable with that, talk to a Christian friend that is stronger in their faith than you are, because they will always lift you up in that. And if you ever need to talk, I will link my Instagram below so you can DM me, but I do recommend talking to someone that is in your group or you have personal relationship with. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you loved this episode. Please let me know if you guys have any suggestions on my next video, because I love to hear what you guys want me to do next, because I just love talking. I'm a yapper, but I love talking about God. Okay, guys, see you later.